Hi guys, today I'm gonna be predicting 1.21, and I was looking through the Minecraft feedback post, and I was seeing how some posts have the under review tag. Now I don't know what under review means. I'm guessing it's under review because they're thinking about it, or maybe it's under review. And it came to my attention that there are certain things that are very similar to the Minecraft leaks that we've seen. I think the first one of these was the recycling table and the auto crafting block, and these sound very similar to that post, that leak, which was an image of a crafting table with a hopper underneath, and it says at the bottom here, if this seems unbalanced, recycling may have some cost associated with it, potentially requiring the table to be powered by some item or experience levels that last the amount of recycling operations. And that sounds a lot like the redstone wire that was shown in the image. But then there's also the other post that said auto crafting block, and this one sounds much more likely because it says it should work in a similar fashion to a furnace in that it takes an input of items and requires fuel of some type to operate. The GUI should look like a crafting table grid where you can add items to form any craftable recipe. If those items are available from the input hopper, they are taken from the container, and after a period of time, the crafted output is available, thus the requirement of the hopper. It can then proceed to craft the next items if the items are available. And I'm actually just seeing that like this could actually be added to the game, because this could be used in farms. It says here like they could be used for crafting a lot of essential items, right? I could see this being added, and this is very similar to that image, right? And a lot of the replies talk about hoppers, right? I was going to post this when I saw your post. It says that players set the table what should craft and crafts that when it receives the items. They should be there. They could put in and take out manually or with a hopper. A hopper, right? And look at some of these images that I saw right here. I think it was somewhere here. I saw an image. Where was it? Hold up. Was it like on the first page or? Yeah, look at this recipe. Like it uses hoppers. But there's also this one. Look at this. Crafting table, hopper, right? This is like super similar to that leak. It's just super similar. Right? And they like adding like redstone mechanisms. I would say this is much more likely to be added. And then I came across this other post, right, that said sandstorms. Sandstorm weather cycles in hot biomes like desert and mesa. A common sandstorm would darken the skies and lower visibility like rainstorms, but tint everything a light brown hue. A severe sandstorm would darken the skies for like and then here's what really caught my attention. Sand would accumulate and fall, similar to a snowstorm in both storms, with severe storms causing more sand accumulation than most common sandstorm. And a lot of these people have talked about sand layers. And then there's a Minecraft developer that posts an image of this, right? And in the background, we can see sand layers, right? I mean, come on, it seems like a bit of a weird coincidence that there's a suggestion on the Minecraft feedback that is under review and talks about sand layers, and then there's a post of a Minecraft developer testing out sand layers. Now, granted, 1.21 might not be the desert update, but the fact that this was tested means that some developers must have seen this post in the Minecraft feedback net and thought that maybe there could be sandstorms. I mean, it seems like a weird connection to have sand layers and then a post that says sandstorms, right? Like, that just seems so weird. And keep in mind, this was posted in June 5th of 2018. But the other one that caught my attention was the giraffes, which is also under review. And if the savannah gets updated, they could also add that. But I think there was also another post that said like an oasis or something like that, like palm trees. And I mean, the desert could add, like right here, oasis. There are no oases in the game. The desert is pretty plain, and adding an oasis would be better than including palms and would make it better including palms and bamboo. But then there's also another post that talked about like scorpions, which is weird, right? Because I've seen a couple posts that are related to things that would be in the desert, like a scorpion and stuff like that. I think it was right here, somewhere here, right? Where was it? It was somewhere around here. I saw like a scorpion thing. And scorpions would fit. But then I realized there was another thing that I realized. Right, hold up, where was it? It was somewhere around here. On a side note, though, the addition of why was it? Oh, I'm pretty sure it was here. It was the beach villagers. Anyways, but then it made me realize that it said a lot of people were saying that the sandstorm would slow the player down, and then it made me realize that desert villages spawn with camels, and camels actually have a special feature in real life where they have very strong eyelashes, and the eyelashes protect their eyes from the sand that would be blowing in their eyes. And they also have an ability where they can actually not get stuck in sand. And that made me realize that what if these sand layers could be similar to powdered snow, where it would actually slow you down and make you sink. And the only way to travel during a sandstorm would be to ride a camel, thus giving the camel more use in the desert. I think that could definitely be a good update, like a desert update that adds a new redstone block, just such as like the auto crafting block and the recycling table to uncraft items, and like sandstorms and maybe a new tree. I mean, that would be a really solid idea. But then I saw a lot of people are voting for concrete and terracotta having stairs and slabs. I could see that being possible because if we look at the previous post where it said that sand should be renewable, a lot of people are saying that this would make sand renewable. Considering the fact that sand currently in Minecraft is not renewable, this would mean that concrete, which is made of sand and gravel, would now be infinitely renewable, right? So instead of having to destroy a bunch of beaches and deserts, you could now farm sand renewably with sandstorms. And terracotta spawns in mesa biomes. And terracotta can now be made. Yeah. Terracotta is technically renewable because if you put I think it was a mud block on top of a dripstone, or below, you put a mud block with a dripstone underneath, it turns it into clay or something like that, which means that there is a possibility for terracotta to be renewable, and then they could be then crafted into stairs and slabs, thus making a pretty good update. So yeah, this was just a video of me just speculating on looking at these posts. I mean, it seems like a weird coincidence. I think the one that makes the most sense is this one, right? Sandstorms. The fact that they're talking about sand accumulation, and then there's the developer that posts an image of this. That seems like a pretty big coincidence to me, but I don't know. That's all I have.